Welcome to Straight Outta Scripture, a nod to my West Coast roots and a daily dive into who God is and to who we are in Him. Today we are going to discuss one of my favorite Bible stories, and it's the Battle of King Jehosophat. This story takes place in 2 Chronicles chapter 20. We see one of the most remarkable stories in Scripture of King Jehoshaphat's victory against three mighty armies. It's a story that demonstrates the power of fasting, belief, and above all, God's unwavering faithfulness to His people. This moment in history shows us what it looks like to completely depend on God when the odds are stacked against us. Jehoshaphat, the king of Judah, faced an impossible situation. Three powerful armies, the Moabites, the Ammonites, and the Meunites, had joined forces and were advancing towards him. Outnumbered and outmatched, Jehoshaphat knew he couldn't rely on military strength. He did something radical. He declared a fast throughout all of Judah, and in 2 Chronicles chapter 20 verse 3 it says, Jehoshaphat was afraid and turned his attention to seek the Lord and proclaimed the fast throughout all of Judah. Fasting here was an act of humility, a way to strip away distractions and focus entirely on God. It wasn't about their weakness, it was about acknowledging that only God could deliver them from this overwhelming threat. Through fasting, they aligned themselves with God's will, laying down their fear and lifting up their faith. But it wasn't just fasting that saved them, it was belief. Jehoshaphat led the people in a powerful prayer, proclaiming, "We do not know what to do, but our eyes are on you," according to 2 Chronicles chapter 20, verse 12. And this is the heart of faith, not pretending to have the answers, but turning our attention completely to God, trusting that He does. Then God answered through his prophet Jahaziel, saying, "Do not be afraid or discouraged because of this vast army, for the battle is not yours but God's." And this is in verse 15. God told them to take up their positions, stand firm, and to watch the deliverance that He would bring. Notice that God did not say He would not face the army. He said that He would fight for them. Their job was to believe and obey, not to strive in their own strength. The next morning, Jehoshaphat did something incredible. Instead of sending soldiers ahead, he appointed singers to go out before the army, praising God. As they sang, "Give thanks to the Lord, for His love endures forever," something miraculous happened. The three armies turned on each other and destroyed themselves. When Judah arrived at the battlefield, all they found were the remains of their enemies. Victory without even lifting a sword. For me personally, this is something so relatable to the season that I'm in, where God is telling me to just stand back and watch Him fight for me. He's going to do everything and I won't have to lift a finger. And something in my mind just couldn't believe that at first. But now that I'm seeing God opening doors, providing opportunities, and establishing relationships that I never sought, never initiated, I do see that God truly fights for us. This story highlights two essential truths. First, fasting is the first way to humble ourselves before God and declare our dependence on Him. It's a spiritual discipline that clears the noise and brings us closer to His heart. Second, faith is what moves mountains. Believing in God's promises and acting on that belief, no matter how impossible the situation looks, opens the door for God's supernatural intervention. Jehoshaphat's victory was a testament to the power of fasting, faith, and God's sovereignty. They didn't have to fight in the battle, God did. And the same is true for us. Even when we face overwhelming challenges, the answer isn't in our own strength, but in our belief that God goes before us. So let the story remind you that when we humble ourselves in fasting, stand firm in faith, and let God lead the way, He will bring us victories that we can never achieve on our own. I hope you guys enjoyed that story today, and as always, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon. God bless you.